Thanks, my boy. You're going to say hi to the humans? Hi, humans! Guys, doing a practice one for tomorrow. Guys, setting up all the cameras. And we're doing a video today. Trying to use all the cameras. Practice for tomorrow. I forgot I should turn off the video of me of Daddy when he's doing my voice. Oh well. Yeah, you're a beautiful puggy. You're a beautiful puggy. Oh my goodness. So beautiful. Yes, you're the star. Yes, you're the star. I know. You're a good, good boy. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back to our channel where we do magic content and sometimes Yu-Gi-Oh! And also lots of puggy content. We've got your beautiful vision of Kaiba right now. I don't know how long that will last because my Wi-Fi keeps kicking in and out, which is going to make streaming tomorrow a bit challenging. But we're going to try and figure it out the best we can. Worst comes to worst, we get kicked on and off stream a bunch of times. And but we'll see how it goes. Anyways, for today, just for shits and giggles, I thought we'd open a few packs of Bloomburrow. It's been a while since I opened Bloomburrow. It is arguably my favorite set of all time. Oop, Travis gone off to drink some water. So I will just disable the droid cam for now and set it aside. And if he comes back, I will turn it back on for you guys. But yeah, this is arguably one of my favorite sets. Definitely my favorite in universe set so far that I've opened. Um, I don't know if there's anything that's even remotely close to that to Bloomburrow, just because I love cute things, and I know that this was a little bit kind of stretching the limits in terms of what is magic, but I really feel like this, even though I've only been playing for a couple of years, I really feel like this set hit home, and I really like this set. Um, so yeah, just thought I would open a few packs, test out the different recording stuff, um, see where we go from there. I do have some packs of Dollarama draws of Destiny sitting over here too for future videos and stuff. Today I went out to Tista Minis. That's where I got the Bloomburrow packs. Also where I got a beautiful Outlaws at Thunder Junction pre-release kit that we will be opening at some point on one of our Saturday videos. And I'm debating it. I was thinking about doing like a pack battle today, but to be perfectly honest, the more I think about it, if I do pack battles where I just do like a couple packs at a time, is that this going to take away from our new set versus old set is what I was worried about. So I think for today I'm just going to open the 3 Bloomburrow packs. But I did have a few packs of Brothers War sitting over here too. Let's see how long Kaiba lets me open, but maybe we'll do a pack. What do you guys think? Do you want to do a pack battle? Who wants to do a pack? This is where I would hear all the audience saying, pack battle, pack battle, pack battle. All right, we'll do a pack. We'll just do 3 packs of each of these, and we'll see which set has the better packs. Why not? It's just for fun. I'm going to start with the Bloomburrow, though, because the Bloomburrow is my favorite set. I'm not sure how to get there. This black bar at the bottom of the video, unfortunately. Maybe I'll figure out something else to put in there. Maybe I'll like some sort of like uh, text box eventually that I can put stuff in. Good. I'm still learning how all this stuff works, so I appreciate you guys bearing with me. Pack one of Bloomburrow. Ooh, we got a Reptile Rampager token creature. That's pretty. I do like him. Nothing on the other side. Oh, I'm gonna hit this camera stick a lot, I have a feeling, during our stream tomorrow. Huge Harvest in Hollow. Nice card for sure. Definitely a solid one to pull. Ooh, beautiful island. Not sure if I had that one yet, but didn't. It's going into my Bloomburrow deck, my bunny deck. Stop it! Oh, nice. You get the hit right off the bat, guys. Check this out. You get to destroy all creatures, and if a gift was promised, you get to return a creature put into your graveyard this way to the battlefield under your control. Basically, I'm going to give somebody a card, I'm going to wipe the board, and then I'm going to return my favorite monster back to the battlefield. So counter me, of course, and then make me sad. Stocking pantry. Stocking the pantry, sorry. Whenever you put one or more +1/+1 counters on a creature you control, put a supply counter on this thing. Remove a supply counter from this thing, draw a card. Not bad. Beauregard Mentor. Trample, its power and toughness are equal to the number of creatures you control. Damn. That guy could get pretty beefy pretty fast in a tokens deck. Stargaze. Oh, nose is itchy. The only downside to being on video is you guys can see me like doing this, but I'm not really. I apologize, but I had to do that. Move it twice X cards from the top of your library, put X cards from among them into your hand, and the rest into your graveyard. You lose X life. Shoot. I mean, that's pretty cool, but damn, that's burning you hard. Splash Lasher. Offspring, one in a blue. When this creature enters, tap up to one target creature and put a stun counter on it. It's a 3/3 for 4, but you're going to get an extra copy that's a 1/1. It's okay. Burrowing Crier. When it enters, draw a card, then discard a card. That is nice, especially if you can flicker it constantly. Might of the Meek, not bad. Target creature gets trampled until end of turn, +1/+0 if you control a mouse, and you get to draw a card. Ooh, Corpse Fairy Cultivator. Always a fun squirrel to have. You can forge at the beginning of combat, and whenever you put a +1/+1 counter, whenever you forge, you put a +1/+1 counter on this guy. Not bad one, not bad one. Sticky Tongue Sentinel, reach when it enters the battlefield, look at target other permanent. Look, return up to one other target permanent you control to its owner's hand. Nice. Good way to put something back in your hand if you want another ETB. Warren Elder, 3 and a white, creatures you control get +1/+. Yeah, that's not very good for that. Run away together, that's a okay instance. You have to pick creatures controlled by different people and send them back to their hands. You can pick your own. Not bad. Glide Dive Duo. Also not bad. Each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life whenever this thing comes into play. You have to remember for the next pack to do the pack trick. What was this? It was Hollow, then the land, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So basically I need to move 7 cards to the back when I open the next card. Plus the token create. Definitely Starfall Invocation puts Bloomburrow into a good shot to take an early lead in this one. But we'll see what Brothers War has for us. We'll see whether Kaiba comes back or not. He went through some water and then he disappeared into the kitchen and has not returned. I have a feeling he is just laying down on the tile floor. It's nice and cold out there. Alright. Open up some Brothers War 2. See if we can get some Transformers cards. I can't remember if I need to do a pack trick for this one either. We've got some of those punch-out tokens, prototypes. I wonder if there's going to be a prototype in here, whatever that is. Oop, not too much. We got... Which side's the art? Oh, it is the side up. Okay, nice. That card's pretty. Reflex my stupid webcam in it. We got planes. We got a mine worker. That's not bad. Gain 1 life, and if you have power worker and tower worker, you get 3 life. There's tower worker, so we're halfway or 2/3 of the way there. He gives you mana, and you get bonus mana if you control the other 2. So, do we get all 3? Yep, scrap work mine. It was worth trying. Bonus enters the battlefield and may discard a card. If you do draw a card, has Unearth. Unearth is an interesting mechanic. I liked it back when I used to play in university. Now, not so much. But anyways. Thraxo Demon. Pay 3, tap, sacrifice another creature, artifact, draw a card. Yeah, that's kind of lame. Way too costly. Defabricate looks good though. Counter target artifact or enchantment spell. If the spell was countered this way, exile it instead of putting it into its order graveyard. Nice. Or counter target activated or triggered ability. Yeah, that's really good actually. That might be the pull of this pack so far at least. Doctor Mechanic, nice! Whenever you draw your second card each turn, you get to put +1/+1 counter on Thopter Mechanic. Whenever he dies, create a 1/1 Thopter. Token with flying. Oh, it's not the one I thought it was. It's still okay, but it's not the one I thought it was. So I thought it was the one that gives you Thopters every turn. Thopter Architect. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, target creature gains flying until end of turn. Oh, that's okay. Costs 4 to put into play for a 2/3 though. Injuries. You may put an artifact card from your hand onto the battlefield. That artifact gains haste, sacrifice at the beginning of your next end step. Costs 4 to put into play and 4 to activate the ability. That's steep. Ooh, Battery Inspector in old school art, though. I like that. Artifact spells cost 1 less to cast. I think I only have 1 copy of this, and it's in my blue deck, so having an extra one is definitely. I do have 3 decks that kind of heavily focus on artifacts right now, and I'm probably going to build another couple at least at some point. I'm sure. It's Cliff Champion. Enters the battlefield with 3+1/+1 counters on it for each 2 green spent to cast it. It costs 4 in X. When it enters the battlefield, choose up to 2 other target creatures you control for each 2 white spent on this thing. Put a +1/+1 counter in each of them. Nice! Yeah, you want to put this in a green and white deck, obviously, but it's going to get pretty solidly heavy, or solidly powerful, and still with some other stuff on the field. Very, very cool. Gurgly Anointed? I think that takes over Defabricate, actually, as the top pull in this pack. Gurgly Anointed, Phyrexian Horror flying. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Okay. Whenever it dies, return another target creature with mana value less than or equal to this thing's power from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's pretty nice. Going into a deck that does a lot of drawing might be challenging, but decks that can do it for sure. I'm not going to put it above Clay Champion, though. And then, yeah, we got our token. So, Clay Champion is the top pull in that pack, I'm going to say. And Starfall Invocation, of course, still top pull in this pack. Um, what do you guys think? I think this pack won it. I think the Heat Harvest is a really solid pull, even though it's only a common. That is a really good food card for sure. It gives you draw, gives you life, or no, it lets you get lands. That's what it does, not draw. You get lands on its way in and on its way out. It's a pretty solid card, I think. I think Stocking the Pantry was pretty good. I think the Bunny was pretty good. Stargaze was pretty good. The rest of it was okay. So let's say there was like 4, 5 pretty decent cards in that pack. This pack, definitely Clay Champion, Defabricate, and Gurgling. Um, Beyond that though, and Foundry definitely. Now these are 12 card packs versus 14 card packs, so I'm gonna say round one's a tie. 1 point to each. We're gonna do the can't decide response. See if I can get that. Let me see again. You can see the card. got a mini tripod from the dollar store. Yes, you can pretty much find anything that you would really like slash need at the dollar store. If you just believe. Let's see if I can figure out how this actually works. Okay. If I can, there's a tub almost within range of you. Mhm. Holy fair, that's perfect. You guys are awesome for bearing with me while I learn. Yeah. There we go. Move the pup. He's sitting by the front door now. Maybe he'll run over here at some point, and it'll get really kind of freaky because it's super zoomed in. But for now, we'll let him be. And we'll get back to this. Alright, so 1.8 for pack one. If it's a three-way tie at the end, I will just decide what my favorite card was of the day, and that's what's going to win. That is huge. That, I think, might be my favorite art card that I've pulled so far of this set. Oh, that is adorable. I'm going to leave that up for the rest of the pack battle. Just like that, like that. Alright, we got Alana's Pathmaker. When it enters the battlefield, exile top card of your library until your next turn. You can play that card. 4-2 for 4 is not terrible. Oh, what? I was supposed to do this. 1, 2, 2. Okay, forget you saw that. Sorry, my bad. I knew I was supposed to do something. No, I forgot. Okay, Treetop Sentries. Not bad. I like that you can forage when it comes into play. I like that it has reach. Not bad. Take out the trash. Deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If you control a raccoon, you can discard a card if you do draw a card. Hmm, okay. Pie Profit. When it enters, draw a card. Nice. I love this guy. I think this might be my favorite mana dork. It only costs 2 to put into play. It has a decent butt, so at least it can protect itself more than a lot of the other mana dorks that are just 1/1s. And it adds any color. Granted, you can only put in the colors that your deck allows you to play, per se, but still, 1 mana of any color. Not a bad trade-off. Definitely an awesome mana dork. Plus, I love the artwork on this. Battle Guard. Valiant. Whenever this thing becomes a target of spell or ability you control for the first time each turn, it gets +0/+2. Sacrifice it, destroy target artifact or enchantment. The second ability is probably more beneficial than the first ability, but still, not bad. Sky Skipper Duo. So far, definitely the Root Weaver is my favorite card, though. Pawn Prophet was pretty good. Yeah, the rest are okay. All right. When this thing enters, exile up to one other target creature you control. Return to the battlefield and assume control at the beginning of the send step. Not bad. Bird Frog. Cost 5 or 3/3 with flying. Dire Sights. Surveil 2, then draw 2 cards. You lose 2 life. The artwork on that's really cute. There is a fine line between predicting the future and causing it. Ooh, I like the flavor text. Someone goes up there with Pawn Prophet and the tree. All right, now we're back to Alanias. Alanias is okay. It's not my favorite because I'm not really big on impulse draw. I like this mountain. That is a very pretty mountain. These lands are my favorite lands, to be perfectly honest. I love the little arts with all the little characters in them. I did not have very many mountains, so it's nice to pull one. This might actually be my first mountain, to be perfectly honest, in Bloomburrow. Can't remember if I have any other ones. Ooh, yes, Scaled Scorch. Legendary, Lizard Mercenary, Ward, pay 2 life. Other creatures you control enter with an additional +1/+1 counter on them for each opponent who lost life this turn. Damn. Whenever you cast a lizard spell, this thing deals 1 damage to target opponent. I guess I don't have to build a red and black lizard deck with this guy. Let's see. Yeah, we could legendary. You go to the front. Right leg stouts. First strike lifelink weasel soldier 2/2 for 1 white. Light blades are trained to constantly mine the sun's position, adjusting the angle of their dagger to maximize glare. This is cool. Okay, you go to the front because Monster Warlock. Hey, we got another lizard. Good pack for lizards. Yes. And when it enters battlefield, choose target opponent. If they lost life this turn, they reveal their hand. You can choose a non-land card from it, and they discard it. Otherwise, they discard just a card. It's interesting. Okay, so if they lost life this turn, they reveal their hand. I can choose a non-land card from it, and they have to discard that. But if I can't choose a non-land card, they're going to have to discard a land. So either way, they're discarded, which is pretty good. Into the Flood Mob. Actually, you know what? It only costs 3 for a 2/2. You can go up there. You have to tap twice, return target creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand. If the gift is promised, instead that thing to Instead, return target non-land permanent. Oh, okay. You get a creature if you don't do the gift. You get 8 permanent. At speed, that's pretty good, actually. And we finish out with a Quake Tusk Boar, which with triple haste is pretty solid, but 5, 5. I'd take that. Whatever. This was a pretty solid pack, too. Put the land there. I mean, pretty stats. And Brothers War, Warzone. Good open. Falling down around me. You're not the floor. We always saw the Power Stone. Not a bad token to grab. Art card. Ooh, that's pretty. And by pretty, I mean like terrifying, but also cool. Um, I'm gonna put that up here too. That was my favorite one from the Brothers War pack so far. Alright, we got ourselves a Phyrexian full art swap. Really nice, really nice. Ratman Adept. Costs 4 for 3/3. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on him. I mean, he's going to get big in a blue deck for sure, probably. Then with the third pass, draw a card, then gain life equal to the number of cards in your hand, for example, if you were playing blue-white. Desynchronize, target non-land permanent's owner puts it on the top or bottom of their deck and then scry 2. I think I get to use scry. So if I put the thing on top of my own deck, then I guess I can scribe to the bottom if I want to. Um, Not great though because it costs 5. So far it was doing okay, but that one's going bottom. Sure. Closing sentence. Enchant creature when it enters the battlefield scribes you. Enchanted creature can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. For 3, that's pretty decent. Hero of the Dunes costs 5 for a 3/2. When it enters the battlefield, return target artifact or creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's a good start. Creatures you control mana value 3 or less get +1 +up. He's a little expensive, but he's not bad. He can go to the Cran Vigil. 1 and a black for an enchantment that says whenever one or more artifact and or creature cards leave your graveyard during your turn, put +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Nice. That's gonna get fun. Is that my favorite one so far? That might be my favorite one so far out of this pack. Yeah, I think it is. Okay. Meticulous Excavation. Costs 1 to play to play and 2 and a white to do its ability, which is to return target permanent you control to its owner's hand. If it has unearthed, instead exile it, then return that card to its owner's hand. Hmm. I mean, if you're playing an unearthed deck, that's definitely going to be beneficial for it. Otherwise, it's still okay. I'm going to put it to the front, but ooh, Phyrexian Rocker. That's a fun one. As enters battlefield, choose a non-land card name. Activated abilities of sources with the chosen name can't be activated. I like the artwork for this one. That one might be really good. Cool. Because of the artwork. But it is not one of my favorite artifact creatures just because it's so easy to kill the damn thing. Since it's only a 2/1. Ooh, Orthopter! Pretty. I'm not sure if I have one of these. A 0/2 for 0? Hell yes, you go to the front, my friend. Painful Quandary costs 5. Whenever a opponent casts a spell, that player loses 5 life unless they just. Oh shit! And they're hollow. Power plant worker! Is that the one you're missing from the other set? Hold on. I think we had power plant, didn't we? Nope, we had mine and tower. Nice. You just completed the trio. 2 packs to complete the trio. And power plant worker K3, he gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If you control both the other guys, though, you get to put +1/+1 counters on them instead. So it becomes pretty powerful. Not too shabby. Ornithopter is definitely the pull in that pack, though. And I think Fran Vigil might be the second. I have to say, I think Brothers Warrior did a better job on that one. I love Bloomburrow. I'm pretty happy with the legendary I pulled, don't get me wrong. Creature root user. Yeah. This is why I didn't want to do a pack battle. Not live like this. Yeah. Just completely KO'd. Hopefully the mail doesn't come and just completely disturb him away. This looks really peaceful. Ah, man, I don't know. I'm gonna give a point to each. Whatever. To be honest, I put a couple things to the front that I probably didn't need to, like these two. The rest of these are actually really worth being at the front, though. Actually, I like my one to watch too. Both those are really good. Yeah, vintage, vintage. Why not? All right, let's see if we pull something that just absolutely screams this pack has to be the better pack in this final set. Token, land, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should be good. Yes, common. High stride. Creates +1/+3 and reach until end of turn, untap it. Pretty solid start. I like that card. Warlock, Mind Drill Assailant. So now 7 more cards are in your graveyard. This thing gets +3/+0, beginning at 5/5 or 4. And you can pay 2 in a black or blue to surveil one. Not bad. Rust Shield Rampager, Offspring 2. This creature can't be blocked by creatures powered 2 less. Spells with a pain. The Offspring, when it costs so much to put into play, though, are pretty slim, so that's not the best one. Alania's Pathmaker, we already pulled the Hollow, I liked it better. Ooh, Cindering Cutthroats. We got ourselves an Wizard. This is a +1/+1 counter on it if the opponent lost life this turn. Gains Menace until end of turn. Yeah, that's pretty good. Intrepid Wreck. Offspring 1, 3/2, for 3. When it enters the battlefield, target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. If it got counters, that would be better. I'm going to put you in the Light Shell Duo, Prowess. Whenever it enters, Surveil 2. Cost 4. That's pretty decent, actually. Early Winter, exile target creature, or target opponent exiles an enchantment they control. Cost 5, though, so no. Here's our free token. Pretty cool token. Ooh, Phineas Ace Archer. Oh, there's a hollow. Vigilance Reach. Whenever this thing attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on each other creature you control that's a token or a rabbit. Then if creatures you control have total power 10 or greater, draw a card. I am so building a freaking rabbits deck with this. Hell yes. This is the commander for rabbits deck that I wanted. I wanted to build a. I went. Okay, side story before we continue. Don't get me wrong. I love Mrs. Bumbleflower. It is probably easily within my top 5, definitely within my top 10 decks that I have currently. And I have at least 30 decks, probably closer to 40. Probably I have a little bit of a but I love this game and I love building decks. It's what my favorite thing to do is in my spare time. And just it's really relaxing. It's like people who love to build Legos or things like that, just to like de-stress and focus on something and just let your mind wander elsewhere about whatever else you're worried about, kind of thing. That's my thing. I build decks. So Mrs. Bumblefire, which is kind of funny because I'm actually really considering getting a second Mrs. Bumblefire deck just to have one as like precon and one as the one that I've altered. But Mrs. Bumbleflower disappointed me because it wasn't truly a rabbit deck. Even the one I have currently, I think only has maybe 3 or 4 rabbits. Like it really doesn't have a lot of rabbits. But this is the commander that was designed for rabbits, clearly. And I just need to now build a whole cool, um, probably it's going to be just basically a Bloomburrow deck full of rabbits. Might be my first Rocket 1 deck that I built. Yes. Sorry, Phineas. You go to the front. You got ourselves a nice looking swamp. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I don't remember if I've shown my bird deck on the channel yet. I think I did it, but it was prior to Super Deck Sunday, so I haven't actually profiled it since doing Super Deck on Sundays for you guys. This is the commander of my bird deck, and getting a second copy of this is insane because I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with this. I love this card. I might just put it in a sleeve and keep it somewhere for the artwork. Because this is a great card. Whenever one or more birds you control deal combat damage to a player, you get to do one of the following. Put a bird creature card from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield with a finality counter. Put a +1/+1 counter on every bird you control. Or draw a card. But the best thing is because it says deal combat damage to a player, as long as I hit all 3 of my opponents in one turn, I can trigger multiple effects on this, and I can pick the same effect more than one time. So that is really cool. Um, Having an extra one, I'm like I said, I don't know what I'm going to do. Um, actually, I did get that Council of Four a while ago. Maybe that will be a deck I build eventually, and maybe it'll have a lot to do with it. Who knows? There it is. Another great legendary pull. Ooh, IPad Bridge! Taps for colorless, taps for blue, but I can only spend it to cast a creature. Hey, blue, tap, surveil 2, but I can only do that if I have a bird, frog, otter, or rat that enter the battlefield this turn. Still, pretty cool land. And I've never pulled one of those yet, so that's pretty nice. Heartfire Hero. Whenever this thing becomes the target of a spell or ability you control for the first time each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on it. That's much better. I think I build a nice deck eventually too. I have so many Bloomburrow decks I would love to build because Bloomburrow is just my favorite stuff. I honestly probably should have bought more Bloomburrow today. Anyways, when it dies, it deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. Nice. And finally, Hazard Root Herbalist. Whenever you attack, target creature you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn. If that creature is a token, it also gains depth. Ooh, that's got it. Nice. You go right here with my Phineas. All right. Well, praise work. You do your best, but I think you just got your ass handed to you by Bloomburrow today in that last half. I am so excited to build a rabbit deck using Phineas. That'll be the next deck I build, and that was not the intention at all. I have so many other decks I have on my mind right now, but oh my goodness, so excited about Phineas. Taking a moment to appreciate the artwork some more. He has a little arrow in his mouth. The only thing that would make this card better is if it had some flavor text too, but clearly they ran out of space because of the ability. Oh well. All right, Brothers War, let's see what you got. We got one of these ridiculous game cards that I absolutely have no interest in usually. Earth's Blueprint is this one. Uh, for his power plant, tower, and mine. Produce you feather artificers to sell. Oh, okay, this is interesting. You would have to try and get all three onto the battlefield, basically. It's still not going to be something I actually care enough about to do, but. Ooh, you go to the bottom. You just became my favorite art card for the day out of Brothers War. That is a very cool sword. And I like all the little sketch marks around it. We got other things. Seems to be a very common thing today. Baraja Chain Dancer. Gains double strike until end of turn by paying 2. It's a 2/4/4/4. Not terrible. I'll put you up here. What the hell? I'll give you a shot. Military Discipline. Enchant creature, when it enters the battlefield, enchanted creature gains first strike until end of turn. Enchanted creature has +1/+0. Because it has flash and only costs 1, sure. Excavation Explosion. Deals 3 damage to any target. Create a tap Power Stone token. It's not bad. Sorcery speed, but it's not bad. Ooh, Energy Reflector. Refractor, sorry. Enters battlefield, draw a card. Pay 2, add 1 mana of any color. I mean, paying 2 to get 1 color kind of sucks. But if you're in like a pinch and you really need that 1 color, this thing can do it for you. I'll put it up there. Power Stone Fracture. As an instant cost to cast a spell, sacrifice an artifact or creature, destroy target planeswalker or creature. Because it's sorcery speed, it goes to the bottom. Argivian Avenger. This one I actually like. I only have 1 copy of this. It is a little expensive because 6 for 5/5. But what I like about it is you pay 1 and it gets -1/-1, but then gets any of the following abilities: Flying, Vigilance, Death Touch, or Haste. So if you paid 2, you could give this thing Vigilance and Death Touch, send it in as a 3/3, have it attack. Assume it doesn't get killed because most people don't like to block and lose creatures Death Touch. Then on your opponent's next turn, you can pay 1, give this thing flying to use it as a 4/4 blocker. Um, yeah, great card. Very versatile. I like it. Reconstructed Doctor. Another Doctor, right? 3 for 2/1 flying with Unearthed 2. From above, the brothers notice strange lifts etched into the desert sand. Not bad. Ooh, Excavation Prodigy. Got a legendary. Brothers War, that's pretty good. Ace, pay 1, tap, discard a card, draw a card. That's pretty solid. Whenever you discard a card, whenever you discard one or more artifact cards, add 2 red. But it only happens once each turn, so that's kind of lame. If it happened a lot each turn, you'd probably go infinite though with this guy. So I understand. Finished art, decent. Old art, I like. You can go to the front. Thomas Assembler, Vigilance, pay 1, put a +1/+1 counter on target assembly worker you control. It's a 4/5 for 5, or a 2/2 for 1 and a white. It's not great, it's not terrible though. Don't know how many assembly workers there are though in the game. And Zephyr Sentinel. Flash flying 2/1 for 2. When it enters the battlefield, return up to one other target creature you control to its owner's hand. If it was a soldier, you get to put +1/+1 counter on this guy. Hmm. Um, I'm gonna say you gave it your best shot, Brothers War. I do like the legendary that you gave me. Don't get me wrong, but you had really no shot in this. Um, while top pulls are definitely pretty cool on both sides of the equation, why to argue against the bunny? Especially just because I love this guy's effect too. Whenever he attacks each other creature you control that's a token or a rabbit, gets a +1/+1 counter. So as long as you can make him like indestructible somehow, so he doesn't die every time he attacks, your army of rabbits is going to get so freaking huge. Alright, this has been my test run. Um, Let me know what you guys think. I don't really think there's any way for me to make like I say, I can't really get rid of the black bar at the bottom of this screen per se right now. At least there's no way to adjust the size of the videos and stuff in OBS, which is what I'm using to try and do the recording and what I plan to use to do the streaming. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. I think. Thank much about you all. You take care. Happy Friday, guys. And Kyle and I are looking forward to the stream with you guys tomorrow. Oh, you heard his name. And oh, he's down again.